Have you ever looked at your property tax bill, squinted at all the numbers, and wondered if you are actually getting credit for all the savings you are entitled to, especially for something as important as your homestead exemption? Yes, your property tax bill absolutely should reflect your homestead exemption, but how it appears can vary. The core purpose of a homestead exemption is to reduce the taxable value of your primary residence, leading to a lower overall tax payment. A homestead exemption works by deducting a specific amount from your home's assessed value before your property taxes are calculated. This means your tax bill will display a lower net assessed value for your property, rather than explicitly listing the exemption as a separate line item. Think of it like a discount applied to the price before the final tally. Different local tax authorities, whether at the state, county, or municipal level, have their own specific formats for tax bills. So, while the savings will be there, the way it is presented can look a little different depending on where you live. To verify that your homestead exemption has been applied correctly, carefully examine the assessment section of your property tax bill. Look for a line item that might state net assessed value or taxable value, which should be lower than your gross assessed value. Some bills do show a specific exemption line item, often labeled homestead exemption or a similar term. If you do not see a clear reduction in value or a specific exemption listed, or if the numbers do not seem right, your best next step is to contact your local property tax assessor's office directly. They can explain your bill and confirm the exemption status. It is also helpful to understand the distinction between your gross assessed value, which is your home's full market value for tax purposes, and your net assessed value, which is that value after any exemptions like homestead are applied. Sometimes, an exemption may not appear on a newly issued bill if you applied for it very recently, and the processing had not been completed before the bill was generated. Always be sure to apply for your homestead exemption well before the application deadline set by your local tax authority. By understanding how your homestead exemption is applied and how to read your property tax bill, you can confidently ensure that you are receiving all the tax benefits you deserve. This proactive approach helps you manage your property expenses effectively and prevents any unexpected discrepancies in your tax calculations, ultimately helping you keep more of your hard-earned money.